Okay, welcome back again to Game and Tell on our podcast Game and Retail. Today we have Matt, our indie expert for gaming. We have Tony, Angry Tony, for all our anger management needs for everything that's gaming related and retail, and as well as me, Jeff, who just does his best at whatever he does. All right, so today's topics will be in the what separates an indie title from a AAA title, the downfall of unlockables due to microtransactions, where does the line get drawn between indie and mainstream, and we got some retail stories and a new segment called Total Waste. We're gonna go into that and some quick reviews for our
Matt's
audience.
computer. Matt's
Okay,
computer.
all right, there we go. Oh,
Spoilers.
that's spoilers, man. Spoilers. Let's all right, we're gonna go right into the indie game. Says what separates an indie game from a AAA title? Well, let's hear from Matt first. Let's say, go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm thinking the main difference between AAA and indie developers, or even games per se, would be the creative freedom that indie developers have versus AAA. I mean, when you're a AAA, you have very strict budget lines. Investors want to make profit margin, and they don't want to really deviate from something that is more of a niche audience that an indie developer can cater to versus that mainstream everyday person who's going to pick up that game, drop 60, and make their profit margins. So I think it's a matter of creative freedom, financial freedom, and just the overall willingness to make a small, passionate project versus something that caters to the masses.
All right, Tony, your thoughts.
What celebrates? What separates indie games from AAA games? Passion. Indie developers, like Matt said, have that creative freedom to do as they please. They don't have a big CEO shoving the same cookie cutter bullshit down their throats. And from what I've noticed, from what I've gathered on the indie games, it's not my area of expertise. I'm not that big of an indie gamer, but the cult following behind it is insane, and then again, the cult following behind some AAA games is insane. But I think that in a way, indie gaming is going to become the new norm. Not to make it mainstream, but to make it better than mainstream gaming could be, because, like I said, creative freedom. You don't have a huge budget, but you use every penny and every hour and second you have to put all you have into these games to release them out to the public, and that's all you really can do. That's my take on the subject.
Okay, well, here's my thoughts on all this. Is that an indie game, when it comes out or it's being developed, the person developing is full of love and passion for his project, not thinking too much about the money. The money comes later. I'll give you an example. Toby Fox, one of my more favorite ones recently now, created a great indie game that we all know and love called Undertale. Yes, one of the better RPGs out there. Story, beautiful story, great music. He made it all himself with his friend, with just a few people helping him by his side. His friend Timmy Chang, which is a great artist now, helped him make this game. And you could tell he spent a lot of time and effort making this game exactly the way he wanted to make this game. And the people see this game. They say, look at this loving game that this guy made. It has no financial influence whatsoever. He asked only a little bit of money for Kickstarter to make this game, and he got twice as much. Not twice as much, 10 times more, I do believe. But when it came out, it blew everyone away. At first, I was like, well, look at the game. I mean, is this really such a great game? Played it myself, and when I reached to the final end, I was blown away. That game had me literally in tears at the end, really. Most people would admit that too. So, these indie studios out there make games to make games. Like they used to make games back in the day, where they play around with some inventive, creative ideas. They create stuff that are born out of love and passion for what their thoughts are, not for the money. You, EA, Konami, Capcom, all of you, Ubisoft, all you want to do is just make money. That's the problem with your games. That's the Call of Duties, That's your Final Fantasies. That's your Maddens. That's your Assassin's Creed. Now,
In I think the three of us combined can agree we don't directly blame the people making the game. The guy,
No.
you know, the guys make. We don't blame you. The guys, you know, you're sitting there designing the whole fucking thing. We don't blame you.
no.
We know what it is. It's like, okay, your main offender here is Ubisoft for that Assassin's Creed game Unity that came out that wasn't even finished. I don't blame the guys who are making the game. They're pressured. They have time. You know, they have time limits. They have to get this shit done. And it comes to a point. Ubisoft, I don't give a fuck if it's done. Release it anyway. They're gonna buy it. People are gonna buy it, and that's the problem. People buy this shit. It's the consumer. It's us. It's us. So not solely, but we're the biggest part of the shit sandwich that gets these guys to keep pumping out this garbage that they know people are gonna pay for.
Exactly. So to rise up and stand against this sort of thing, this gonna suck. This is gonna suck for you, GameStop. I'm sorry, but you are part of the problem. All right.
Ugh.
They are part of the problem. All right. They are. So I'm gonna say this: if you wish to rebel against this very idea of these giant companies pumping out shit after shit after shit and time constraint, don't buy the pre-order. Do not. Pre-orders are great if you know the games are gonna be great. I pre-ordered Fallout. I knew the game was going to be great. Bethesda is a great company. The Witcher. Who made The Witcher?
CD Projekt Red.
See, there we go.
CD Projekt Red. Yes.
There we go. Give the pre-orders to them. Pre-order their games. You, EA, biggest offender. Ubisoft, same to you. Can't release a game. Can't release a decent game on launch because you have time constraint. Delay the game. I can wait.
Yeah.
Because I can save more money. I don't need to drop $60 right tomorrow because I don't have that kind of money in my paycheck. If you told me you delayed the game 2 months later to fix out all the bugs and make the game better, I would be so much more happier. I could save a little bit more money on the side. I can bring my lunch from home and use that money I normally would use and put it towards the game that I'm gonna buy in the future. But you tell me, hey.
Yeah, I mean, we can wait, dude. Have you seen my Steam backlog? Come on now. You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Make it good. Make it good.
I mean, the guys behind No Man's Sky just pushed back No Man's Sky again. Hello Games. They pushed it back again because it's not ready.
When a game
There's
is
some stuff they wanted to go back to do.
Apparently the masses are not fine with that. I shouldn't say masses. There's a select few people are like giving the guy almost death threats for fucking the 7th week, for 7 weeks pushing it back. It's insane.
Too fucking bad. You have to wait.
I get it. You want your Call of Duty game. You want your Assassin's Creed game. But you know what? Why are you sending death threats to people? It's a freaking game. Enjoy the game. Have love for your game. This is why indie developers are great. They're not under time constraint. We don't hold a gun to their head. My God, could you possibly feel? Can creativity flourish in an environment where a guy who's making the game is being pressured by his bosses, the company that he works for, and social media for not releasing the game on time? I mean,
too goddamn bad.
I could tell you right now, there are still people playing Call of Duty whatevers, multiplayer out there on Xbox Live or PSN or even the Nintendo Network. They're still playing these games. They're not gonna stop playing these games. They're not like, oh, we don't. They're not subscription. This is not a subscription game. So let them play their game and release your game when it's good and ready.
You know what's funny is how long have we been waiting for that Final Fantasy game that's going to come out in September?
Oh, the game is a lot. It's the lovely story about that is it got changed its title. It used to be called Versus 13. Now it's called 15.
Yeah. How long have we been waiting for that? Well, it's been 5 years.
It's 10 years in the making. The game. Itself.
10 years. Resident Evil 4. It took them what? It took them I think 9 years to create Resident Evil 4 and get it released to the public.
Wow.
I never had a problem. Dude, Resident Evil 4 took them forever to make, and I'm so fucking happy. Because it's the best game in the series.
They scrapped the game a bunch of times, too, early on.
And went back and redid it.
Right.
I remember seeing cutscenes for that game that were not part of the game when it came out. It was different stuff. And I think the thing that's lost on the gaming community, or at least a large portion of the gaming community, is I remember when I was a kid, when November would roll around and I'd be so excited waiting for Christmas morning to get all my presents. And that's what I want back from video games is I want to wait. I want to feel that magic to get that game finally in my hand, knowing it's ready, it's good to go, all the love is here. Boom, it's in my fucking console, it's on my PC, and it's great. That's what I want. I don't want rushed games anymore. Stop doing that. So, in summation, indie developers, keep doing what you do. AAA developers, take some fucking notes.
Good way. See, this is why Tony is our anger god.